With the possibility of Nintendo making a new console sometime next year or maybe the year after, there's also the possibility of a new Smash Bros. Game. It's been heavily debated among fans whether or not the next entry will be bigger than Smash Ultimate, not only bringing back all the characters from Ultimate, but continue to add new characters, or if we're gonna go back, remove some characters, and even rework some old characters. For the longest time, I was always the, oh, bigger and better, make the next game bigger and better crowd, but recently I've been thinking, you know what, there's a lot of characters I don't like in this game that should be gone. So, I'm over here on Tier Maker, and I decided I would make a little tier list of characters in Smash that I'd like to see changed, removed, or just stay in the game. So I have a few tiers here. There's this Stay Unchanged, where basically I think the character should stay and have nothing changed about them. Pretty straightforward. A Slight Change, meaning I think that there's something that could be tweaked about them, but nothing too major. A Complete Rework is characters that I think should be completely different than what they were before. And I don't know tier because I honestly don't know whether or not they should be removed or not. An Assist Trophy or something, like just downgrade them to Assist Trophy because keep them in the game, just I don't want them playable. Alternate Skin, basically turn a character from a full character to just be an alt skin and just completely remove. Just get them out of the game. I never want to see their face again. Which honestly, I'm not sure if there's going to be many in that tier. As you can see here, there's all the characters here on Tier Maker or whatever, and they're in a very weird order, but I guess I'll just do them in order of where they are right now. Oh, and I should probably mention, this tier list may be very biased, honestly, because it's my tier list, but I'm going to try not to be too biased, because if I was being really biased, I would keep all the Fire Emblem characters just to annoy Smash fans, but I'm actually not going to do that. One thing I really think the next Smash game should do is remove characters from a series that it has a lot of members if it feels a little bit too... if it feels like it's coming from the same game too much. Like Pokemon has too many Gen 1 Pokemon if you ask me, and it should have more from other generations of Pokemon. And same thing with Fire Emblem. There are 3 characters from Awakening, there should really be only 1. At least that's how I feel. So anyway, we're gonna start off with, I guess, Bayonetta, because she's the first one here. Now Bayonetta, I think is a neat character. Like, everyone hated her in Smash 4, they nerfed her in Ultimate, and now she feels pretty average and also pretty unique character. So honestly, she stays unchanged. I think that she is a good rep in Smash. She's very much so on Nintendo platforms, and she has a pretty unique moveset compared to most other characters. Bowser Jr. now. Another character with a unique moveset, but personally, I don't really like him that much. He's kind of just there. Hold on, I should probably put them in the middle so that everyone, you can see who is next, because I mean, it's kind of covering up a lot of things here. He doesn't really feel like he should be a character to me. Personally, I'm going to say he should be an Assist Trophy. I don't think he should be a full character. I think that he doesn't really deserve that. I don't know how else to say it. I just don't think he really belongs in the playable character roster. Alright, now Bowser himself. I think he's fine the way he is. The only thing I would say is actually give him voice lines from the game. So I guess that goes under Slight Change. Actually, no. You know what? I'm not worrying about voice line cosmetic stuff here. Let's just say that, yeah, Bowser stays unchanged. Let's not think about all that stuff. Captain Falcon. Yeah, he's one of the original 64. Keep him the same. He's already a pretty... people like his play style. Yeah. Alright, Chrom. Yeah, like I said, if I was being completely biased, I would keep all the Fire Emblem reps. But like I said, I think that we should have... if we're gonna keep Fire Emblem characters, we should have characters from different games. And we have 3 Awakening characters, and not to mention, Chrom is very similar, is just an Echo Fighter of Roy. I think I might remove all Echo Fighters in this. I don't think Chrom really makes sense as an alternate costume to Roy, so I guess he should be under here, under Assist Trophy or something, because he'll still be part of Robin's Final Smash. Spoiler alert, Robin's staying. Cloud. Cloud is a very important character from the Final Fantasy series. Final Fantasy VII is one of the most known and popular RPGs of all time. Final Fantasy VII is on Switch now, so I guess he does have a Nintendo presence. So yeah, I would say keep him. I don't see any reason to really change him at all. Now Corrin. He is from a game that was a little divisive. Most people say Fates is not the best game. I mean, Fates is still a good game, but like, honestly, most of the criticism towards Fates is the story, not so much the gameplay. The gameplay is still good. Like, it's pretty good. Although that's not really important. We're talking about Smash Bros. Compared to other Fire Emblem characters, he is pretty unique. Because of his place in the Fire Emblem series, I'm not really sure if he is a beloved Fire Emblem character enough to keep in. Because I do think that I don't necessarily think that a character needs to be iconic to be in the game, but I feel like it's a bigger deal if they are. I don't know how to explain that really. Like, obviously people care more about the iconic characters being in Smash, but as a fan of Fire Emblem, I'm okay with Fire Emblem characters being in the game or having a lot of characters in the game, especially for a series that's been around for a long time. But me personally, I think that if there was one character to remove that was of the unique characters and not the Echo Fighters, Corrin is probably #1 on my list. However, I'm not so sure, because I do think Corrin is a unique enough character to stay in. So that's why I'm going to keep Corrin in the I don't know tier. Because on one hand, more unique from the other Fire Emblem cast. On the other hand, from a Fire Emblem game that most people won't say anything too positive about. Other than, I don't know, it's still a pretty good Fire Emblem game, I guess. There's nothing spectacular about it, but eh. Now Daisy. Daisy was, of course, one of the first Echo Fighters to be revealed. Daisy can go multiple ways. You can either make Daisy her own unique character, especially with Mario Wonder actually having a game where you can play as her. You can make her moveset around Mario Wonder so that she could be a non-Echo Fighter of Peach. You could also make her just a costume of Peach, but honestly, I don't think that really matches up too well. I could put her in the I don't know tier, but honestly, I'm going to put her in the complete rework tier. Actually make her her own unique character. I think that would be the best option for her. Okay, Dark Pit. Now, Dark Pit is basically just a clone of Pit, literally, and, you know, Echo Fighter of Pit. And I do like that he has some extra personality, slightly different things that he can do with his moveset compared to Pit, but honestly, it's not significant enough to be like, yeah, this deserves its own character slot. So, for me, I would say Dark Pit should definitely go in the alternate skin category. Same thing with Dark Samus, it kind of goes the same way. You could completely rework Dark Samus as well. Dark Samus definitely has a lot of unique things to pull from, but I don't know. I don't really feel like Dark Samus needs that. Honestly, you should probably pick other characters from Metroid if you're going to add more Metroid reps. More unique, very different characters from Metroid. There's a lot to pull from Prime. Prime 3 has a big cast of characters. You can pick the villain from Dread, I forget what his name was. And there's probably more that I just can't think of right off the bat. Diddy Kong. This is easy. An important character from from the Donkey Kong series, and I think he has a pretty good moveset as is. I'd say completely keep him the same. I don't see any reason to change him too much. Now, Donkey Kong. He is part of the original 64. He definitely deserves a slot. He is one of the most iconic Nintendo characters. But I think his moveset leaves some things to be desired. I absolutely think that nearly all of the 64 reps need to be changed. Like, I already put Captain Falcon as the same. He is fine the way he is. But Donkey Kong, complete rework, completely changes stuff. Okay, now the Mii's I'm going to put as one category. You know what, yeah, just put them all there. I don't think that they actually need a slight change themselves. What I'm saying here is that make a new Mii. Have another class. A lot of people have said that a wizard class is a good idea. Honestly, I can't think of anything else, so a new Mii fighter class would be cool if they did it. So that's why I'm going to put all the Mii's in slight change, just to say, give them a new class. That's it. But yeah, keep Mii's in because they're neat. Dr. Mario now. I feel like this is a pretty easy selection. Just make Dr. Mario an alternate skin for Mario. Give Mario some, maybe like the down air of Dr. Mario, because I just think that Stomp is cool. But yeah, Dr. Mario should not be his own character. He really should be just a skin for Mario. It was weird that he was even a thing in the first place. Like, Melee just really needed to add more characters, so they made a bunch of clone characters. And I just don't think they have translated well over time, a lot of them. Now, Duck Hunt. Now, this is one where I'm going to be very biased. I hate playing against this character, but I do think that Duck Hunt is an iconic game, so I'm not going to say assist trophy specifically. I'm probably going to put him in the or something category. Honestly, maybe just keep the Duck on stage. He's there. counts. Now, Falco. Yeah, I think that, Fox here as well. Both of these are important characters from the Star Fox series. They're a very classic Nintendo series, and honestly, they don't have much to pull from them in the game since they are in ships the whole time. Honestly, I think that they are fine as they are. Like, Fox has a pretty unique moveset, and Falco, while he used to be pretty much just a straight-up clone of Fox, now his moveset is very unique for the most part. So honestly, keep them both the same. They're fine the way they are. Okay, here's the biggest one. Yes, Ganondorf. I mean, what else can you say? Completely rework this man. He's just a clone of Falcon, and it doesn't make any sense, and he's been that way for so long. He shouldn't be. Like, I think the only moves I'd say he should keep from Falcon are down air and forward tilt, personally. Everything else should be reworked to be more like Ganondorf. I don't know how. Like, I know one popular choice is to give him the dual swords like he has in a couple games. Like, he has that in Wind Waker and in Hyrule Warriors. Like, I think both of those are very good options. Just, plus a dual-wielding sword fighter sounds awesome. The only thing is, maybe that would be kind of broken. A heavy character with a giant sword that is able to outrange most people. You could also give him a projectile like he has in Ocarina of Time. That would work kind of like DDDs where you can knock it back. So I don't know. Would this character be kind of busted if we reworked him that way? Or would he still be Ganondorf? I don't know. We'd have to see what Sakurai can do if he ever decides to do that. But yeah, absolutely. Rework Ganondorf completely. Greninja. Now, Greninja, once again, I've stated that I think that if we're going to have a lot of reps from the same series, it should be unique choices. And if it's choices from series that keeps adding new characters with every new game, like Pokemon or Fire Emblem, we should use characters that are not only more iconic, and Greninja is a very popular Pokemon, and, like I said, from a series that doesn't have a lot of reps. He's the only Gen 6 rep as a playable character. So yes, keep him unchanged. I would say that's a good option. Even though I'm not personally a fan of Greninja, but, I think that he is a good choice to be in the game still. Ice Climbers. Once again, gonna be completely biased here. Okay, now Ike. Oh man, Ike is a difficult one for me. Now I already put Corrin in the I don't know tier because, again, I think that Corrin's a pretty unique character as far as Fire Emblem characters go, but is not from a game that is beloved. Ike is kind of the opposite. Like, I'm not saying he's exactly the same as other Fire Emblem characters, but he still doesn't have too much about him that's overly unique. Like, what, he's got a counter, he's got a... now that I think about it, Corrin's not that unique either, is he? When I really delve into it, are they really that unique from each other? They are, but they aren't. It's weird, because they both play like swordies, but their moves are very different. Like, the animations are different. Like, some of the setups they have are different. Like, I don't know, they're different but similar at the same time. I don't know. But yeah, I think Ike is a decent rep from the Fire Emblem series. He's from a game that only has one rep. But again, if we're trying to cut down characters, maybe he should go of all the Fire Emblem characters. So, I don't know. I'm putting him in the I don't know tier because I really don't know whether or not he should stay or he should go. Incineroar, once again, same thing as Greninja. I think that he is from a Pokemon game that only has one rep as a playable character. He's unique enough from the other characters. I don't think he's quite as popular as the other ones, but I guess Smash Bros. Isn't really a popularity contest. I'd say he should stay. Inkling is up next. I don't know much about Splatoon myself. I played the Wii U version just to play the story mode because I got it for $10 at GameStop. So that's my extent of Splatoon knowledge. It is one of Nintendo's newest franchises and is very successful, and I think that Inkling's moveset is pretty unique and interesting. So yeah, we'll keep Inkling in, unchanged. Okay, now Isabelle. This is a difficult one for me. Because to me, I think there should only be one Animal Crossing rep. And Villager makes the most sense, but at the same time, I think Isabelle's moveset is less annoying. When I was thinking about this idea, I was saying to keep Isabelle and remove Villager, but the more I think about it, I think Villager should be the one to be in the game. But I don't necessarily think Isabelle should be removed, so maybe have her as an assist trophy or something, or maybe an alternate skin. I don't know. It's debatable for me. Maybe I'll put her in the I don't know tier. Jigglypuff. Okay. This is probably the one that might be the most controversial opinion here. Now, she is one of the original 64, so in every game the original 64 has appeared, but in Brawl she almost wasn't in the game. And to be honest, if you ask me, I would remove Jigglypuff. Because like I said, I think that if we're gonna have characters from the same series, it should have pull from different games. And while Jigglypuff was iconic in the anime during the early seasons, it no longer is, so it's like, whatever, man. I'm going to put Jigglypuff in the I don't know tier, because at the end of the day, she's one of the original 64. So removing them, any of them, feels a little wrong, but at the same time, I don't want too many Gen 1 reps. I just feel like if you're going to pull multiple characters from the same franchise, get characters from different games, just please. Now we have Joker from Persona 5. Now, when Joker got added to Smash, he wasn't a character who had ever been on a Nintendo platform, I don't think. Actually, no, there was Persona Q on the 3DS, so yes, he technically was, but they were more so representing his main game, which was a PlayStation exclusive for the longest time. It was probably a little tough to get him in the game, considering that. Or maybe it wasn't, I don't know. It just feels like a weird character to put in. No hate to Persona, but this is a tier list talking about me trying to cut down the Smash rosters, feeling who should be gone and who should stay. And honestly, Joker's in that weird spot of like, it's a unique character, he's cool to be in the game, but at the same time, if I really wanted to take off characters, it would mostly be third parties. There would be very few third parties who would stay, and I think that Joker would unfortunately be one that is removed. I feel like my bias is saying keep Joker in, because I think he's a neat character to have in the game, but I don't know, if someone has to, I need to be willing to remove characters, even though I'm like, no, I don't think they should be, but I feel like if there was an option, that's one to remove, and I don't know, Joker feels like one that should be removed if we're gonna start removing people. Now, Ken is in another weird situation. Hold on, let me find Ryu, because I feel like I need to do them at the same time. Like, there's no way I can't talk about Ken without talking about Ryu first. He's an iconic fighting game character from Street Fighter, has a presence on Nintendo systems, absolutely should be in the game. Ken. I said I wanted to remove Echo Fighters, but at the same time, can we have Ryu without Ken? We had Ryu on his own in Smash 4, but that's because he was a new DLC character. And now we have Ken because, well, how can we not have Ryu without Ken? Like, it feels like it needs to be a thing, right? Right? Right, you understand. You understand. It needs to be a thing. You can't not have them together. Alright, King Dedede, iconic villain from Kirby, has a pretty good all-around moveset. I'd say keep him unchanged. I don't really know anything that really needs to be changed about Dedede. He's a heavyweight, he's got a hammer, he floats around, I don't know. Unless Kirby fans have ideas for how you can change him. I don't know, I think Dedede's fine as he is. K. Rool, I feel the same way. Iconic villain from Donkey Kong, even though he is kind of ignored by Nintendo nowadays. I feel like he is a good choice to be in the game and should stay in the game. Yeah. Now Kirby himself, I don't really know if he should be staying the same or have a slight change. Maybe have some different moves from other games. I don't really know. You know what? Let's say slight change. I'm sure Kirby fans have an idea of how you can change this character just slightly. Just slightly tweak some things, give him some new moves. Actually, I don't know, because a lot of his moves are actually moves he has in a lot of Kirby games. From what I'm aware, all of his throws are from Kirby games, his specials are obviously from Kirby games, most of his attacks are from actual Kirby games. He is a good representation of his series. Like, you probably don't need to change him at all. Now, I feel like I can't talk about one Link without talking about all of the Links. I think the Zelda franchise is very poorly represented in Smash. We already discussed how bad Ganondorf is, that he needs a complete rework. And the other Zelda characters in Smash, 3 of them are just Link, and they have such similar movesets. And I'm just like, man, this sucks. Now, there's multiple ways we can go about this. We can either say keep the one Link and then add completely new Zelda characters, or we keep one Link that is like the original Link. Stay away from the Breath of the Wild Link and make him more like normal Link. So I would say yes, slight change on regular Link to make him more like his original design that was more based around Ocarina of Time. That's more general Link. Toon Link and Young Link though, you could either remove them or you can make them more representative of their specific series. Like Toon Link could use more items from Wind Waker. Like a lot of people say, like, why isn't the Skull Hammer his forward smash or something? And then Young Link, why doesn't he use masks at all? Or at least have a final smash that turns him into Fierce Deity Link? Like, honestly, you could do that, or like I said, just remove the links and just be one Link and have completely new characters. Like add Impa for one, or add like Girahim from Skyward Sword, Zant from Twilight Princess, or Midna, make her a playable character. Heck, if you want to have multiple Links, give us Wolf Link, because at least that would be a unique Link. There are like the champions from Breath of the Wild. Like, honestly, there's a lot to take from the Zelda franchise to have a lot of unique Zelda characters. Why do we have just 3 Links? So yeah, I'd say a slight change on base Link to be more representative of the series as a whole and not just Breath of the Wild. And then you could either remove Toon Link or Ocarina of Time Link or make them better represent their specific games. Now Little Mac. He was fortunate enough to have the honor of being upgraded from Assist Trophy to full character. And personally, yeah, he should be a full character. Punch-Out is a pretty iconic NES game, and I think Little Mac has a pretty fun and yet slightly annoying to deal with moveset. It's very a high-risk, high-reward type character because, yeah, he's got crazy frame data, crazy strong moves, but then his recovery makes him kind of a joke and he'll just die sometimes. Which is honestly a really fun character if you ask me. Okay, Lucario. You know what? Let me not talk about Lucario yet because I think I need to talk about Pokemon Trainer first. And before I talk about Pokemon Trainer, I need to talk about Pikachu. So first of all, Pikachu, maybe a slight rework. I don't know, I feel like some moves could be reimagined for Pikachu. I don't really know which ones. All in all, just nerf the rat. Now as for Pokemon Trainer, I said that I think that there should be less Gen 1 reps. However, Pokemon Trainer is a Pokemon Trainer that has multiple Pokemon in his arsenal, and that is such a unique concept compared to the other Pokemon that how can you remove it? I'd say keep him, but slightly change it. Replace the down B. Don't make that how you change him. Make him change through his taunts, and that's fine, because we have taunts that have hitboxes like Snake's Box and Hegra Ninja's Water. They have hitboxes, so why not have a taunt that changes the character so that they can actually have a down B, so that we can give Charizard Rock Smash again. So yeah, I think that having a Pokemon Trainer rep is something that should be in the game. Which brings me to my next point with Lucario. I'm going to say a complete rework, but not so much for Lucario himself. I think that Lucario's only thing is that he should have the move Bone Rush incorporated into his moveset because he is often depicted using that move in a lot of Pokemon media, not just the anime, but also he uses it a lot in Pokken, I believe. Now, the reason why I wanted to bring up Pokemon Trainer before I bring up Lucario is because I think there's one more trainer that should be added in the game. Can you guess who it is? Who uses a Lucario? And I'm not talking about a character that's only from the anime, so not, I think his name was Sir Aaron from the Lucario the Mystery of Mew movie. And I'm not talking about that one guy from Diamond and Pearl that's part of a double battle mission because he only has Lucario. Who has Lucario? An iconic Pokemon character that has a Lucario, is in the games, should be, and would be really cool to see in Smash. Maybe I'm a little biased, because maybe I'm just being a simp, but I think that Cynthia should be another Pokemon trainer. Now, it would be kind of difficult to use Cynthia because of how her Pokemon would work. Pokemon Trainer works well because he has a first stage, a middle stage, and a final stage, meaning he has a lightweight, a midweight, and a heavyweight. And one has a small hitbox, one has a medium hitbox, one has a large hitbox. Cynthia's in this weird place where the Pokemon I would probably pick for her don't really fall into that category. Obviously, I'd give her Lucario. And her other Pokemon, well, obviously she has to have Garchomp. That would obviously be her heavyweight. It's a big dragon. Her other team party member is a little difficult because I don't think there's anyone that really screams should be in the game. My first thought is Roserade, but then I have, what, 3 bipedal Pokemon? That's kind of lame. Milotic might be too big and too weird to work. Spiritomb would be too slow because it just bounces around on this rock. Maybe Togekiss would be fast and lightweight, but also would have a big hitbox. I don't know. Roserade probably works because I think Roserades are usually pretty small, so that could be the lightweight, small character. Lucario would be the midweight and Garchomp would be the heavyweight. I don't know. I just feel like if there was another Pokemon trainer to add, it's Cynthia. Like, she is one of the most iconic and beloved champions that strikes fear into many Pokemon fans' hearts. And plus, as a guy whose favorite Pokemon is Garchomp, I want Garchomp in Smash, okay? Yes, I'm the Stunfisk VTuber, and my favorite Pokemon is Garchomp. What of it? But anyway, that's my idea for Lucario. Either make him part of Cynthia Pokemon trainer team, or just give him a slight rework and give him Bone Rush in some of his moves.